Hello everyone, today I'm going to work on this Fusion Willow project. Let's give it a spin so you can have a sense of it. This last September I pulled it out of the pond where it had been happily living, roughly hacked all the roots off which had grown right out of the pot, so I'm not going to have to do much root pruning to this tree, but I'm going to put it into this pot here, which doesn't show up too well on camera at the moment, but does have a reddy tint, and I think it'll look nice with the yellow and red shoots that this tree puts out. Obviously once this is fully fused and the tree's got some bit more age to it, this won't be the yellow, this will be the normal grey of a willow, but any new shoots and twigs will have that yellow. So I think getting out of this pot is going to be difficult. I may have to cut the pot away. It's been in there quite some time, 2 or 3 years I think, and yeah, I'm going to have to cut some of this wire which was holding this down. A lot of these twigs are from where I cut it back last September at the end of the summer, and I think I'll probably end up leaving those until the tree is growing freely before cutting them back to see if I can get some more back budding. What I shall want is further fusion. Do have some fusion in some places. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. Let's see if I can zoom in a little. Let's lock the turntable. Zoom in. Still gaps in places, but I do have fusion here at the top, and as always my belief, my thoughts are that if it fuses at the top it will inevitably fuse below it, whereas obviously if it fuses at the top it can still splay out. So I think it's important that you get the fusion at the top first. Hope you can hear me over the wind, which is beginning to get up. Anyway, I'm going to cut some of these wires that are holding it to the pot, and then I'm going to try and get it out of the pot. So I'm going to turn the camera off for now and come back to it in a minute. Okay, so as I thought, I had to cut it out of the pot, but we got there in the end. I've got a lot of weeds, and the pot was absolutely chock-a-block full of root, as I suspected. So I am going to have to do a certain amount of cleaning up of this top area. Also, the roots haven't gone round and round as such because they simply went through the holes in the side of the pot out into the pond water. So I haven't really got an issue with the roots just going round and round and round. So where I have got an issue, I think, is that I shall need to shorten the depth of the root ball. Let's move the camera down a little. Shorten the depth of the root ball to get it into this pot. So rid of a lot of this debris from the top of the tree. I'm going to leave these wires in place for now. Some of them I'm not sure are completely necessary, but I'm going to leave them in place. So let's get rid of some of the surface compost. know some would do a lot more work to the roots than I'm going to do, but at this stage all I want is the fruit. To that end, I'm going to largely leave the roots alone to grow out into this large pot. I am going to tease around the edge and shorten at the bottom, but that's about it. So let's see if we can't put this on its side. Lock the turntable off. And just literally, these willows are pretty tough. They take quite a lot. And I'm just going to start hacking away this root ball. Let me just turn the camera off, bring the camera around the other side. Hopefully that'll be better. I'm not covering up what my right arm is doing with the left arm quite the same way. Don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. I didn't. Okay, so we're getting towards the centre. I'm not finding any large roots as I thought. It's mainly all fibrous stuff throughout. The tree particularly enjoyed being in the water, but it won't be able to do that in this new pot. So it's going to go into, not as free draining mix as most bonsai would enjoy. So one that's more organic. We're still using some inorganics. Roll it over again. It's quite heavy. There. So that is just a mat of roots, but then so is this pretty much. So what I'm going to do is tease out these sides a bit more. I do want the roots to grow outwards. Okay, so that's better. It is quite a hard mat of root. I've got some surface roots I'll try and preserve. Some of these small trees have gone out from behind the wire. I'll see if I can poke that back up through somehow. Quite flexible, young willow. Yeah, that's okay. So not much in the way of surface roots here, but hopefully in a wider pot they will come. If I can't poke that piece up through the wire. I may just stick a piece of wire around that, just to hold it like so. But for now, we'll just continue working our way around. This is my front, I believe to be my front. Obviously this is my leader. Going to cut that back a bit more. some of these at the top here. Hopefully this will produce some back budding. But obviously I do want this tree to bulk out with these individual trees. I want these individual trees to bulk out to finally fuse together. And then a lot of these shoots can be just cut back completely to be the trunk, as it were. So we haven't finished winter yet, so I'm a bit wary of going back completely hard because willows can die back in the winter. And I don't want them to die back into the trunk. So I'm going to keep that and those to just wire back in. So and these other pieces, so I think I can tuck in, chop back. There's a dead piece there. Slowly starting to make it look like less of a hedgehog. Two pieces to once. Butter. So there we are. I'll just shorten that a little bit and that a little bit more. So yeah, some of these might stay on as branches once the tree's completely fused. Some of them will come off and then they'll just be pruned back flush to the trunk as you would any other branch that you've got in the wrong place. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. As I say, this is the new leader. Let me move the camera up. I'm going to cut that off there, which gives me a bud facing back in this direction, but hopefully I'll get a bunch more. So yeah, I'm going to clear up this mess that I've just made and make a bit of space, and then we can get it into a pot. Okay, so there's the pot on the turntable. Some soil in the bottom, so I'm going to position this tree right about there. It's just slightly off to the left hand side, so the tree will curve to the right and then back again, and slightly towards the back of the pot. That's maybe a little bit low. Put in a bit more underneath it. just to raise it up a little bit more. Yeah, that looks better. As I say, this tree's got a ways to go before we get any decent surface root structure, but it's starting to get there. So now it's just a question of filling in around the sides. This is again using the Sunny cat litter, which is the pink particles that you can see, and then so I've used about 40% of that, no 50% of that I would say, 20% potting grit, and then 30% NMS number 2 potting compost, just to give this a bit more oomph and hold on to the moisture a bit better. Willows like that. So what I've forgotten to bring down to this part of the garden, and I meant to bring, was some plant food. I like to put some slow release plant food directly into the soil at this stage when I repot. I mean, it only lasts 3 or 4 months, but it does give the tree a bit of a boost once they recover from replanting. So I'm just going to quickly turn off the camera, run and get that, and then come back. Okay, so back again. I'm just going to put a liberal amount. So mix that into the soil. And then once the tree recovers, starts putting out its roots, then it'll have some feed to get into. It's going to take a while using the scoop, so is a tad dusty, this Sunny Cat stuff. I used to use a certain well-known supermarket brand, which was called Lightweight and Low Dust, and yeah, it wasn't dusty like this one is. This one is dusty. I've found on occasions on the first watering it can accumulate in the netting that you use to cover the holes and block them. So I found the best way to sort that out is to actually come up from underneath with a piece of wire, sort of fit through the individual holes, and that will just about clean enough compost. That will clear the blockage and allow the water to flow through. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on the bench before I give it a water. Okay, so there we have it on the bench, ready to grow. I think next I shall be tackling this big pot. I'm finding something to go in that. I have a couple of ideas. Still not quite sure which of the two I'm going to go for, but watch out for that soon. So there it is, Fusion Willow in a pot. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves.